of all people, to buy one of the coolest movie chains out there, the Alamo Drafthouse, probably the least coolest studio right now, Sony Pictures.
Yeah.
They bought Alamo Drafthouse right here. They say it's going to be playing Madam Web 24 hours a
day. We're going to make you like this movie.
Yeah, it's going to be the Spider-Man theaters. Every theater is showing a Spider-Man movie, whether it's good or bad. Madam Web's going to be most of the screens right there. No, man, listen, that's the last thing anybody wanted to hear is Sony Pictures. Out of all the studios, any studio buying the Alamo Drafthouse would make people nervous, but Sony Pictures?
Well, I mean, you know, they're not doing so great with their movies, but the theater is going to be something different.
Yeah.
Because they got to show everything. They can't just show their own
movies.
Oh, of course. And, you know, Alamo Drafthouse had been bought by a corporate, I forgot what you call it, but a bunch of people together, this corporation bought it. So it's been corporate for a while. It'll just be more so. I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, look, we like the theater because it's different, but we do always complain about the mediocre food and how it's too expensive.
Boy, it's funny you say that because Tim sent me my friend. I have a friend named Tim.
Well, I thought you meant the owner.
Oh, no. I actually saw him when I was dressed up like one of them war boys from Furiosa.
Yeah.
And because they own this building where there's a lot of businesses in there. Mm-hmm. So I walked up and I didn't know he owned the building. So I was like, he almost looked he almost looked down on me, rightfully so, because I said, "Oh, Tim, how you doing?" I said, "You here to be a war boy too?" And he's like, "No, bitch, I own this building." He didn't say it like that, but I'm sure in his mind. But he's a nice guy, very nice guy. Yeah. But so here's my thing with the Alamo, and I'm not one of these people who's looking at this, and I'm, all bleak and negative about it. I'm not, because you always have to see what happens. Because you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
But I did tell Tim today, my friend Tim from college, not Tim League, the owner of the Drafthouse. I told him, I said, well, you know what? It says something about the state of theaters right now. But on the bright side, man, the food will get better.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, y'all. The Alamo Drafthouse food, and I eat there sometimes. Now, they got some cocktails that I like. Every time I go there, I get this peach whiskey drink, and it's so good. So good. But some of that other food, man, it's like just.
Well, also, we're in a unique position in that we were here when it first started, when it was just one of them downtown, and it actually was by far the coolest theater that had the food, had awesome chicken wings, and they were doing specialty programs all the time, sing-alongs and dress up and theme nights. And it expanded as things do. Hey, this means it's just going to be around more and there's more options to go to. But over the last few years, it did get more corporate, and there were scandals and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's even talk with chefs who used to cook there. They say we used to get a different menu every month, and it was fun. And they're like, yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. It's the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
So the corporatizing of the place had already been in place for some years.
Yeah.
So this is just, I guess more of that. Possibly. We don't even know for sure.
Well, so I don't mean to talk bad about them. I get some things and I think it's good. The buffalo cauliflower is good.
That's really good.
They have a pizza that I like to get. I think sometimes it might be slightly overpriced, but they got a pizza that I liked. They also have, I used to get a burger there. Not the best, it was overpriced, but it was all right. It was good. But I do think the food, for the price, it could be better. And the reason why I say that is because, like you said, I remember when it was better. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, and some of y'all don't know this, I remember, I don't even know why. And this is another thing. Don't make it seem like I'm friends with these people. But I knew Tim and Carrie back in the day when they were building it. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first place they built, and I was in there when they were actually hands-on building the first Alamo themselves. Mm-hmm. That's to give you an idea of how long we've experienced the Alamo Drafthouse. Mm-hmm. We're both here we're from Austin. But as of late, I do think with the Alamo at Drafthouse having the devoted customer base and fan base that it does, there have been some things that have been concerning. So did you hear about what happened in Dallas?
I heard it closed.
They closed all of their theaters in Dallas.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah, because they were a franchise.
Okay.
So the theater in Dallas, they would, they said two things were happening. And they said, you know, we really were trying to stay open. Now, this is a story, and it's not me trying to talk trash about the Alamo Drafthouse, not at all. But they were saying that, you know, we're trying our best to stay open, but two things were really a problem. One were the high franchise fees.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, that's a problem. If you could just find a way to lower it, we could probably make this work. But it's hard to lower it because the theaters just ain't bringing in the money like they used to.
Right.
No, I mean, not just the Alamo, all theaters.
Right.
So they were like, yeah, the money's just, theaters are the theaters are slow for us. You know, people just aren't coming in like they used to. So it's hard for us to pay the franchise fees. But if they ain't paying the franchise fees, you know, I guess the rest of the corporation loses money because, you know, theaters aren't performing like they used to for them too.
Sure.
Yeah, man, it was.
Good thing it's not the mob. You know, like, yeah, this envelope is light. You better come up with it from somewhere.
Well, then that shit would be burned down one day. Hey, I don't know what happened. I was out of town when it burned down. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, man, it's a worrying sign for people who like to go to the theaters because, you know, now that it's happened to the Alamo Drafthouse, and for me, selling, that's a sign that, you know, they'll do the corporate talk saying, oh, yeah, we partnered up with this corporation or Sony to do better. But, you know, I can't help but think like, yeah, man, the business was not doing very well or there was troubling signs ahead. And so we just sold to Sony.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, you know, listen, you're like, hey, Sony has money. Maybe they'll put it in there. They'll do something with it, make it, you know, special or make it their own. And we can only wait and see. I can tell you that in most cases, just history shows that when the corporation buys something out, they don't make it better.
Somebody said this, and you might have a point because a lot of people are convinced that the theater age as we know it is dead. All right, they say theaters are dying. No matter what you do, home is making it. It's hurting it. It's forcing it to not only change, but it's forcing it out of business. And and I'm up here saying, well, they'll turn into something bigger. And somebody say, yeah, well, tell arcades that. And I was like, arcades are a little different though.
But they're kind of making a comeback though.
If you ask me, at worst, what's going to happen is it's going to go back to what it originally was, which is if you want the true Alamo experience, you better get your ass to Austin because it ain't going to happen up there in Sony land. It ain't going to happen up there. Because Tim League is still going to be, he's still going to be on the board and still be one of the, what do you call it, man?
Directors?
Director is kind of as close to what I'm thinking of.
Officers?
Yes. He's going to be advisor.
Okay.
He's still going to be an advisor.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's a chairman and an advisor, so he's going to still be around to do that.
That's good.
Yeah. So I think if nothing else, man, that Alamo South Theater that you have, that's going to be the gym Alamo Theater. They'll still be doing things like the movie festival, Fantastic Fest. They'll still be doing all the real cool geek stuff over there. It's just going to be that little oasis spot, and everywhere else you're going to see some corporate changes there, and it's still going to keep some flavor of what it was. And I'll be honest with you, man. I hate when shit gets gentrified, but when it happens, I'm like, well, fuck, all right. I got a Starbucks I can go to. I don't like it, but when they do it, it's kind of like I hope it's not rampant, but there's going to be some things that you're going to be like, damn, this is corporate, but fuck, this is nice.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes.
Yeah, no, it does.